Oh yeah, we about to get into it. God damn it! What the fuck wrong with Poppy? Man, what the fuck wrong with this Diddy nigga, man? What's wrong with him, y'all? Yo, I done seen some paperwork today. Got my whole day blues. You hear me? Because I'm like, it's ugly for that man. You hear me? Man, I can't even ski it. I don't wish it on nobody, Jack. I don't wish it on nobody, Jack. It's looking bad for P. Diddy, man. The paperwork is looking disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Got me sitting here thinking, boy, I've been tripping off for it all day. All I've been doing is getting messages from people. They asking me about it. People asking me, do I got the paperwork? Can I send them the paperwork? Motherfuckers, there, niggas knew I was gonna come up on the paperwork. They was already hitting me like, yo, you got that P. Diddy paperwork? Yeah, man, this is disgusting, bro. All right, SpadeRipper.com. You can't spell Spade without the paid in the middle. SPAIDERPPER.com. I got some new music coming soon, man. Y'all just gotta stay tuned. You heard? Because yeah, I'm definitely finna start dropping some shit, making it rain some hot shit up on y'all asses. You hear me? But yeah, yo, just keeping that content rolling, man. I know y'all synced all the P Diddy shit. They unsealed his paperwork, so I've been sitting here looking at the paperwork. They got every alias he ever had. They got Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, PD, and Love. They want to talk to every version of this man, boy. Man, overview. For decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka every Love, every alias, including Love, the defendant abused, threaten and coerce women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and the influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal empire whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Hey, they straight got arson in this joint, man. Arson, P. Diddy. P. Diddy was burning people shit down, y'all. Okay, so we got to do the knowledge, man. We got to do the knowledge. Who house this nigga set on fire? What blew it? I guess it's the from Kid Cudi car blowing up, huh? They didn't put that shit in the case. That's gonna be ugly because see, that's why these interviews be a motherfuckers. Kid Cudi done already talked about it in the interview. You see what I'm saying? It's like public knowledge. If I know about it, shit, you gotta assume the feds know about it. That's for sure. Let me fire up some of this op pack, man. He got a lot of this sexual activity in his paperwork, and I don't know if y'all remember old boy Lil Ron. Old boy Lil Ron, I believe his name was. Not Lil Ron, Lil Rod. Lil Rod was definitely saying all of this about this guy. In his paperwork, when the civil suit came out, that was the paperwork where he was talking ridiculously spicy about Meek Mill and Cuba Gooding Jr. and all of them niggas. We was talking about that on the stream last night. If you already hit the part one, breaking that down, but yes, it seemed like a lot of that Lil Rod information he just validated. I bet if we go back and read the Lil Rod paperwork, it might hit a little different because it sounded so outlandish, and they were trying to make it like, A motherfucker was just trying to say something to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. And Stevie J, you know you dead wrong with your freaky ass. You know what I'm saying? You trying to, how you trying to, allegedly. How you trying to catch a fade with 50 Cent for calling you out for your nasty work? You understand what I'm saying? Boy, you know you retarded. You knowing they came and kicked in the house and coming to get everything, and you still trying to put on for the internet. Boy, what type of fool is you, man? Somebody need to, boy, what you finna do without the dealer? Oh, you on your way too. All them Stevie J, all them extracurricular guys, them supporting cast characters, man. Shit. Who think they not on their way, boy? Them boys is on their way. Them boys is on their way. I don't wish it on nobody. It ain't that I want them to go their way, man. But shit looking ugly right now. You understand what I'm saying? Shit looking ugly right now, man. Let me see what we got to watch over here, man. Let's see. I want to see.
Also claims the misconduct happened during the creation of Diddy's latest album, the Love album, and is seeking, as we've mentioned, $30 million. The suit not only names Mogul, but includes
on his heels
his son.
As of February 26, 2024, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones is suing not just P. Diddy, but an entire gaggle of the mogul's friends and family, who he asserts make up a much larger RICO criminal enterprise. He refers to these individuals by name, citing their specific roles within Diddy's illicit crime syndicate.
Yeah, I see. It's hitting a little different when you go back and look at this case, don't it? Because see, it's a civil suit, so they were making it seem like this man was crazy. But now listen to what they say.
And claims he has secured plenty of evidence in regard to the drugs Diddy acquires, uses, and distributes, along with the unregistered guns he possesses and distributes, stating he can prove that Diddy has provided laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his various properties, which, side note, did not know Diddy liked to rent yachts and take trips to the Virgin Islands, which sounds a bit familiar to me. A billionaire being accused of sex trafficking who also hangs out on the Virgin Islands? I mean, come on, man. Jones even compares Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Coram, to Ghislaine Maxwell in this very lawsuit. One more side note. Why does Diddy have a chief of staff? Is he the president? I mean, what does this lady even do? Well, if you ask Lil Rod, she procures drugs for Diddy and willingly abets and downplays the nature of the man's behavior, allegedly telling him, you know, Shawn will be Shawn, when Lil Rod expressed to her his discomfort with Diddy's unwanted sexual advances towards him. Christina was quick to write it off as just friendly horseplay, according to the lawsuit, which also makes sure to clarify this was not just horseplay. We're talking about unauthorized groping and touching of Jones's anus and genitals, as written in the suit. Christina allegedly told Jones it was just Diddy's way of showing that he likes him. As the suit puts it, Mr. Jones believes that KK aided and abetted Mr. Combs' essay of him and was working with Mr. Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. The next few pages describe the various ways in which Jones says Diddy made sexual advances. Even going,
he was crunching down. Diddy,
how J-Lo's mother was yelling at her.
Diddy was crunching down on this man. Yeah, ain't that discussion? How you gonna crunch down on a whole grown ass man? He so
her in Spanish over the phone by the time they arrived at the Manhattan South Police Precinct, telling the New York Post she was really mad at Jennifer. I heard her say, "I told you not to get involved." Behavior, allegedly telling him, you know, Shawn will be Shawn, when Lil Rod expressed to her his discomfort with Diddy's unwanted sexual advances towards him. Christina was quick to write it off as just friendly horseplay, according to the lawsuit, which also makes sure to clarify this was not just horseplay. We're talking about unauthorized groping and touching of Jones's anus and genitals, as written in the suit. Christina allegedly told Jones it was just Diddy's way of showing that he likes him. As the suit puts it, Mr. Jones believes that KK aided and abetted Mr. Combs' essay of him and was working with Mr. Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. The next few pages describe the various ways in which Jones says Diddy made sexual advances, even going so far as to say he used one of Jones's favorite producers, Stevie J, to entice Mr. Jones to engage in gay sex, alleging Diddy shared a video of Stevie J anally penetrating a Caucasian male without a condom. According to Mr. Combs, this is a normal practice in the music industry. Look, even Stevie J is doing it. Going on to include alleged screenshots from that very video, and even going further by alleging Diddy spoke about engaging in intercourse with a rapper and R&B singer whose names are both redacted. However, at the bottom of the page, you'll notice are hints as to who these people are. It has led readers to speculate that the Philadelphia rapper in question, who it says dated Nicki Minaj, is Meek Mill, and the R&B.
See what I'm saying? They got Meek name all in the mix, you know what I'm saying? Don't let Meek come up in this other case, man. Meek can't really he can't really afford another like problem with his image and publicity, and you know what I'm saying? Like he hanging on by a thread, you know what I'm saying? He'd have been through the wire, you know.
B singer who has performed at the Super Bowl and has a Vegas residency is Usher. While Usher has yet to make a statement himself, Meek has certainly not shied away from a response by taking to Twitter and writing this. I don't think it's necessary for me to read this out loud. You can pause and read for yourself, but his point is very clear. This wasn't even his only tweet on the matter. He was going on like this for days. And I'm sorry to say, we really don't have time to get into it here. I don't really think anyone should be focusing on the sexualities of Meek or Usher or anyone else involved here anyway. I mean, that should be the least precious part of all of this, unless, of course, there wasn't consent. But we currently don't have much information on that front yet. What we do know is that Mr. Jones, or Lil Rod, is claiming that he was assaulted not just by Diddy, but also Young Miami's female cousin as well, who, as the lawsuit claims, groped Mr. Jones in the bathroom of Diddy's house in November 2022. Lil Rod believes she was sent in by Diddy to assault him and says she did not accept his rejection, following him out of the bathroom, where he says she attempted to straddle him and have sex with him in the presence of Mr. Combs and his staff. The suit even includes photos from Diddy's house, supposedly taken right before this assault. The accusation that Diddy left Lil Rod alone to get assaulted by one of his friends is one that comes back up later in the suit, unfortunately, where he says Diddy tried to pass him off to actor Cuba Gooding Jr. on the mogul's yacht. The suit states that Diddy suggested Cuba get to know Mr. Jones better. After leaving the two alone in a makeshift studio, Lil Rod claims Cuba began touching, groping, and fondling his legs, his upper inner thighs near his groin, the small of his back, and his shoulders. He rejected his advances, and Mr. Gooding Jr. did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away, it states. These claims were accompanied by photo evidence depicting Cuba, Diddy, and Lil Rod all hanging out together in a small, dimly lit.
Yeah. This shit hit different now, don't it? Yeah. This shit hit different now, don't it? At first it sounded like a motherfucker just talking crazy. It sounded like somebody was just trying to get a come up, right? On the civil suit. Nah, gang. They took that man down through there. That man really, really, really was like, hold on, though. They trying to finesse me out the yacht without me ski. You hear me? Pause. Ain't no motherfucking way, boy. It's disgusting out here, boy. You think you want to be at the top? You think you want a record deal? You think you want to do business with these people, boy? These people is the worst. The worst. Man. What the hell going on, man?
Studio, reportedly taken shortly before the incident happened, and even included this uncomfortable photo of Cuba's arm wrapped tightly around Lil Rod against his will, as it clarifies. Lil Rod also alleges he was transported by Diddy from state to state and forced to sleep with sex workers against his will for Diddy's enjoyment. In February 2023, he says he recalls being drugged by the mogul before waking up in a bed with two sex workers and Diddy himself. The suit outlines a number of times Lil Rod was ordered to to recruit sex workers, at one point being given
Hey, hold on. Lil Rod say, man, I didn't even want none of that thing, man. Diddy forced me to smash. I ain't even want to smash that stripper. You hear me?
an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and instructed to wear it to a Miami club as a signal to any sex worker he approached that Mr. Combs was in town and had sent Mr. Jones to recruit them. Apparently, these workers were accustomed to servicing Mr. Combs and would know that he is in town by the sight of the bad boy's baseball cap, even including photos of the alleged sex workers he solicited that night. But even more concerning is Lil Rod's assertion that there were underage girls around Diddy as well, frequently describing one specific listening party where Diddy, his son, sex workers, underage girls, and a redacted R&B singer were all present. Just like the other redacted names, the lawsuit leaves us some clues at the bottom of the page, clarifying that this artist is also a Grammy Award winner and has gotten into legal trouble when he assaulted a Bajan billionaire. I don't know if I need to
oh man, Chris Breezy. See what I'm saying? The whole industry, man, they could tear out a good 20% of the industry behind this shit. You see what I'm saying? They better hope Diddy ready to keep it solid. Because if not, then you already know what's about to happen, right? Some other people about to go, man. There's a lot of names up in this shit. Chris Breezy, all these niggas, allegedly.
tell you, but obviously people assume this person was Chris Brown. It's not like it would be out of character for him to surround himself with sketchy people like Diddy. And just so there is no confusion on what the suit alleges, I think it's best if I read this next part out verbatim.
The
event began at 7 p.m. Mr. Combs requested female sex workers and required Mr. Jones to solicit them. An hour later, several sex workers appeared. In addition to sex workers, there were at least 5 girls in the crowd that were under the age of 16. Mr. Combs forced all the women to drink laced de Leon liquor. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy. Mr. Combs did not check the identification of any of these underage girls. The presence of these underage girls made Mr. Jones very uncomfortable. He attempted to leave, and Mr. Combs forced him to stay. Mr. Combs went so far as to take Mr. Jones's car keys to prevent him from leaving. After being forced to drink laced de Leon shots, Mr. Jones began feeling lightheaded and recalls passing out and waking up at 4 a.m. the following morning naked with the sex workers sleeping next to him. These
Dang, man. He had Lil Rod out there rock starring him out, bro. How you gonna set another nigga? He like, little nigga, you gotta get used to this. You got to turn up. They out there doing the most every night, man. Like every night though. Like, yo, how'd you even stand ahead of the game, my dude?
These allegations came with more screenshots from a video supposedly taken that evening depicting Diddy and his son partying with who Lil Rod described as underage girls. Similar to the Cassie case, this suit paints a vivid picture of Diddy using his seemingly endless power to intimidate Lil Rod into doing his bidding out of fear of retaliation. I think we're all aware at this point just how dangerous of an individual Diddy has made himself out to be, and I can't imagine how paralyzed Lil Rod must have felt during the year he spent with the man. I mean, just look at what happened at the very beginning of their time together. September 2022, the very same month he began working with Diddy, Lil Rod claims he heard a series of gunshots coming out from a studio bathroom. When he went in to check on the commotion, Lil Rod says he saw Diddy and his son Justin exiting the bathroom, leaving Justin's friend G.
See, all this got to play a part in the paperwork because, you know, they saying he got a criminal enterprise, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know, his shit like some buffalo pimping, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. But they did find the blicks, though. They found the dirty sticks. But I wonder if they gonna put this shooting shit on him right here that Lil Rod was talking about.
Rolled up on the floor, holding his stomach, bleeding out of his leg and hip area. According
Diddy
to the
clapping
suit,
niggas
Lil
and
Rod
all
helped
that.
G get out of the front door where an ambulance was waiting and recalled Diddy telling him and the
They
rest
were
of
all-
the crew to lie to police that G was shot outside as a result of a drive-by shooting, which is in fact the narrative the media went with at the time because that's what they had been told, despite these photos that seem to depict the aftermath of said shooting with blood smeared all over the floor and toilet seat
Lil
of
Rob
the restroom.
documented
In fact, Lil
didn't
Rod
notice this nigga
himself
take
believes the
pictures and all this
clothing he
shit. That's
wore
the only
that
thing
day
that's
still
weird.
contains blood stains and
how
DNA
you know
from
they was
G.
high for
The
real.
lawsuit also states there are witnesses who have corroborated this series of events anonymously out of fear of Diddy, but are still willing to go public if necessary.
Claims made by Jones include hidden cameras in the rap mogul's home, saying, quote, Mr. Combs allegedly threatened to eat Mr. Jones's face in order
He said,
to get
"Big
what
eye,
he
eat your
wants.
face."
The Lil Rod lawsuit is damning, and probably the one Diddy is least excited to deal with
That's
if
just
it ever goes to a
expression,
jury,
man.
as
He's
Lil
right.
Rod has requested. Due to the overwhelming level of evidence presented
Really,
in these
really.
documents, it looks like Diddy might really be fucking cooked this time. I can only imagine what was found when the Department of Homeland Security raided 2 of his homes back in March. Although, to be fair, I have seen
this one they
reports
found
that say
everything
he
right
was
here.
tipped off beforehand, which is probably
You know
why
what
he
I'm saying?
wasn't at either.
When they found all the shit that they holding against him now in the paperwork and all that shit that dropped today, this is when they found that was all the way back in March. You see what I'm saying? So he just been on the pot cooking. You know what I'm saying? All of the niggas knew. All of the niggas knew that he was on the pot cooking. Niggas who been through shit before know that shit, they gonna jump down and shit, they gonna do what they want to do. Yeah, you know, you ain't going nowhere. They gonna catch up with you when they ready to catch up with you. When they ready, ooh.
Location as heavily armed agents broke his door down. We do know the feds confiscated electronic devices and hard drives. A few of his associates have been arrested, including his alleged drug mule being busted for trying to carry
Lord, please don't let this nigga have no R. Kelly shit on tape. What is the rappers and the artists and the niggas, the celebrities, the politicians, the CEOs and shit that we finna see on these tapes, Lord? The tapes, when they hit the internet, it's gonna be disgusting. Hey, somebody's career is hanging in limbo right now on whether tapes and shit come out. You feel what I'm saying? A snippet, a screenshot of a tape could drop on a nigga right now and he done. You see what I'm saying? A screenshot of P. Diddy and Chris Breezy, you know what I'm saying, in a Yada Daminsky situation. Boy. It don't even have to be just knowing that, just dropping the screenshot. Imagine what they could put out tomorrow. Just a screenshot of something dropping would definitely tear somebody's career in half right now. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody is pacing back and forth like, damn, they got the tapes. This nigga was taping us the whole time. Fuck. You know what I mean?
contraband through TSA, it doesn't look to me like Lil Rod was lying about this guy. As of today, Diddy himself still has yet to be indicted, and the feds have been pretty tight-lipped about their ongoing investigation. But I am glad to see them taking their time on this, at least. It makes me hope they're working to build a case that is so airtight, it will be near impossible for Diddy to wiggle his way out. Only time will tell. In the meantime, he still has plenty of other lawsuits to occupy himself with, like the 4 additional ones that were filed after these raids.
Shit is disgusting, man.
One woman by the name of Grace O'Markaya is currently pressing charges against Diddy and his son Christian, who she says assaulted her on his billionaire dad's yacht where she worked.
All this shit hit different now. See, when the feds jump in and validate shit, it start hitting different. You see what I'm saying? Then we got the Keefe D shit. That timeline is going to eventually clash and collide with this Fed case timeline. See, he got a lot of timelines going on, if you can see it. So, boom, the Keefe D timeline, you know what I'm saying? That's creeping up front of left. Now he got the Fed timeline that's coming down the middle for March. Then we got to crosshair all of those timelines with the every lawsuit. Every lawsuit got its own timeline. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of these are gonna come to a head at one point and have a nuclear moment. You understand what I'm saying? Because they gonna sit him down. Where he sat down, they denied his bond. I know y'all seen that he tried to put 50 M's up. White people didn't even want the 50 M's. Now you know you in trouble when they don't even want your money no more, nigga. When they say no, you can keep your money, nigga. You oh shit. They don't even want the millions. They say no, you keep that. You gonna need that. You gonna need that money. So he's sitting down. He's sitting down. So why he's sitting down? I mean, look at the thug case. Y'all know you gotta know how court get drugged the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So bong, they gonna drag him because they ain't gotta be in no hurry. See what I'm saying? So they could just let this nigga sit and do whatever it is they want to do. You know? This Keefe D shit gonna come to a head on this nigga too. It ain't gonna be nothing they can do. Let me see if I can get Keefe D going, man. Let's see if we can see what Keefe D talking about. Let me get Keefe D going for it, man, because he gonna be a major factor in this shit, son. He gonna be a major factor in this shit. And Keefe D ain't going. He gonna tear some shit down. He taking some shit with him.
Keefe D. Davis,
He
man
not
accused
going.
of one of the most infamous
This
murders
nigga right
in
here
recent
creeping up.
history,
He
spoke
creeping
out
up.
during a court hearing
You feel
Tuesday,
me?
accusing the
It's gonna
government
be
of
any
tampering
day.
with evidence in the
He get his day in court. He gonna let it be known. He gonna have to deal with this shit right here.
I'm Jesse Weber.
They ain't gonna not dealing with this shit right here.
It's been a while since we've talked about Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, the notorious purported gang leader accused of ordering a hit on
Lord have
90s rap
mercy. They call
superstar
him
Tupac
gang leader.
Shakur, who was gunned down in Las Vegas back
They
in
not playing with Keefe D.
1996.
Keefe D.
The
No,
61-year-old
he
was
fighting
back
for his
in court this
motherfucking
week
life
to
right
argue that he should be out of jail on bail, on house arrest instead, as he awaits trial. Now, even though
Keefe D.
he was
finna
facing
come
charges of
in,
murder with the use of a
chime
deadly
in, and
weapon, he
cooperate.
was pleaded not guilty.
Come on. Now I'm just saying, Keefe D. sitting down. He down bad. He just got word that they done picked this nigga on up. Can you imagine the conversation Keefe D. had with his lawyer today on the phone? Like, boom, they done picked bro up. Come on, man. Keefe D. finna allegedly, entertainment purposes only type shit, satire. But Keefe D. finna fuck around, cooperate heavy, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and try to cooperate with anything he could say over there to chop down on his situation. You know what I'm saying? Because how they really gonna make this stick on this man without acknowledging that Puff Daddy did something wrong?
He allegedly admitted his involvement in the
He gonna
killing in
drag him
interviews
down.
and has claimed he was one of 4 people in a white Cadillac that pulled up to a BMW that Shakur was in when the gunshots rang out in Las Vegas. Now, Davis.
Hold on. We got a comment. Too many actors and rappers forcefully getting their wig split and cheeks busted. Damn. Too many actors and rappers forcefully getting their wig split and cheeks busted. Everyone's cheeks looking like the Grand Canyon. It's getting out of control. Damn, Valiant Thor. You went off. He say niggas cheeks is looking like the Grand Canyon. No Diddy. Niggas is out of control like they, bro. What the fuck wrong with these niggas, my dude? Hey, bro, these niggas been giving ass to Diddy, bro. Hey, bro, what type of nigga? Hey, what type of rapper get ass to Diddy, bro? I hope it don't come out on Mace that he gave ass to Diddy. Or man, just all the people that it's an option though, man. You know, allegedly though.
Allegedly claimed that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, who's now deceased,
Thanks for
was
the
the one who
comment,
actually
Valiant Thor.
shot
Like
the
and
rapper,
subscribe.
although there is reporting that Davis was the one who maybe provided the gun. Again, these are allegations at this point. But what we do know is that Davis has become the only person ever charged in the shooting of Tupac Shakur.
He gonna change that real soon, ain't he?
His arrest last September. And now we've learned that prosecutors seem to have new evidence that they say proves Davis was in Las Vegas on the night of the killing. They say a hotel room was booked under Davis's wife's name. The state also says a witness.
Man, how can they know about a hotel room record that got booked in 96, bro? It's 2024. How they got the records from 96? That's ill to me. That's ill.
Corey Edwards provided a statement to police in 2006 that he saw Davis with his own eyes out in Las Vegas that
they
night.
got statements
After the Mike Tyson fight. In a legal response, a footnote reads, quote, unlike many other witnesses who have provided corroboration of defendant's guilt, Mr. Edwards is still alive. Now, Davis's attorney has previously said that just because Davis says he was in Las Vegas doesn't mean he really was. One of the last times the issue of bail came up was back in June, when
he might talk his way up out this.
He could put up the $750,000 bond. Here's the problem with that. It seems Davis's team has pushed for someone in particular, someone in the hip hop community, to put up $112,500 of the bond premium. Reportedly, this is coming from entertainment manager Cash Whack 100 Jones. And the judge...
Is that nigga Whack 100 named Cash? Did they say Cash Jones?
In this case, Clark County District Court Judge Carly Kearney had reservations about whether the source of this money was actually legitimate.
Wow,
so Davis's bond request was denied. You see, there have also been accusations that Jones agreed to put up the money in exchange for Davis agreeing to do a TV project. And one of the things that complicates that is apparently under Nevada law, convicted criminals.
That shit right there is crazy because Whack 100 really messed up this man getting out because he couldn't shut up. He let the cat out the bag too motherfucking early before it was time for the world to know that nigga you was gonna get him out and then do ABCD. So you get on Vlad TV, Whack 100 gets on Vlad TV, and he say, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna pay him, I'm gonna bond him out, and in return for that, I'm gonna get the rights to do this Tupac shit and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? When all he had to do was shut the fuck up, go with his move, and then he would have got his come up. I know you can't tell me he don't punch the air about that.
Criminals are prohibited from profiting off of their crimes. We've seen this before, these kind of son of Sam laws, right? The defense seems to counter that and say that a TV project or a documentary would be mostly about Davis's life, not just the Tupac Shakur shooting, and says that in no way does this break any laws, particularly since Davis isn't convicted yet.
They trying to stop
There's also
some money, man.
That defense attorney Carl Arnold was receiving offers for a film crew to follow him as he works on Davis's case. He even allegedly called the killing of Shakur a legacy legal case. And that brings us back to that Nevada courtroom this week, as Mr. Arnold argued that the judge
Keefe,
should reconsider her denial of bail.
On page 3, you said the purpose of the source hearing was to ensure the bond was not posted.
I hate to see that shit.
When talking about the murder or killing of Tupac. There is no evidence at that source hearing that Mr. Davis was paid any proceeds for the murder of Tupac.
It get deep, y'all. It get deep. It get deep. It get deep. They gonna start tying together these Gene Deal interviews, and y'all been seeing the Lil Shawn nigga. The Lil Shawn nigga takes it all the way back to Quad Studios, man. So it's really a hell of a timeline that they building up on this P. Diddy nigga, man. For real.
He has been paid in the past through a book, through social media accounts, etc. The only evidence that we had at the source hearing was a prospective payment. And Mr.
I like the stream. You liking this
Jones
video?
was
Make
very
sure y'all
adamant
subscribe.
that there was no contract between those two yet. And so it was prospective in regards to his life story. The state made comments in regards to, well, the only thing that people would be interested in regards to his life story is basically in regards to Tupac, and that's simply not true.
This shit gonna help me, y'all. I'm telling you.
Has read the books as well as I have. His life.
P. Diddy getting jammed up is gonna help Keefe D. And with him not getting it because dude just criminalized himself. He gonna use that shit to his advantage. That nigga already owed you. That nigga ain't trying to die in jail, man. That nigga ain't trying to die in jail. He cooperated. He did that profit shit or whatever allegedly the first time he say they illegally recorded him and put it on the internet because they want to get him killed. And they, you know what I'm saying? Allegedly. But shit, if he did it that time, what the fuck he ain't gonna do it this time for?
Story, he was one of the most notorious gang leaders.
They've been working on
of all of Southern California. He ruled Compton. He was the godfather of Compton.
Nah, man.
Basically, he had a drug trade that extended from here to New York to Little Rock, Arkansas. He was doing 350 kilos at a time with the Mexican cartel. There's many aspects of his life.
He was getting it in, what they got.
Relevant and interesting to the community, other than the death of Tupac Shakur.
A lot of my initial ruling really focused on the sufficiency of the documents and proof. Ultimately, this was not obtained through illegal sources. It was because the documents gave me so many questions about where those wire transfers came from, where those counter deposits came from. You know, $50,000 deposited at account.
They combing through it, y'all.
You know what we're seeing.
All gonna tie back.
You know, when you go into his drug history and things like that. So we're really looking at, is this a bond that was posted through legitimate sources? And so that's why I was looking more into the bank records, and that's really the first part.
I'm saying though, can't y'all see what I'm saying? Can't y'all see how this Keefe D case hit different now? You got to go back, you got to go back as from the beginning of all this P. Diddy shit, and you got to rewatch this shit, y'all, all the way back up until today, because they was playing us like it was a possibility that motherfuckers were just hating. You see what I'm saying? They were playing us like it was a possibility that motherfuckers were just trying to get they come up or they payday off the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, I was in a toxic relationship, you know, going through something, you know, then all the ghetto niggas want to give them a pass. Like, you know, I done been through something with my female before and shit. The toxic relationship niggas was going to give them a pass anyway. You know what I'm saying? But this shit damn near validate everything that's been said up into this. You know what I'm saying? They validating what's been said.
Largest part of my ruling. Concerns ultimately about the profiting off of Tupac's death, but I think my authority is somewhat limited in the source hearing to determining whether it's legal or illegal.
Right. At this point, since he's not convicted, you cannot tell Mr. Davis he cannot receive those monies. He can receive any monies in regards to this crime until he's convicted. That's well supported by the Nevada case law. It's supported by the statute that the state had previously alleged
you're fighting for, man.
Which was 41 B200.
Which case law specifically?
No, they didn't mention any case law, but I'll get to the case law. But I was just saying that the state 41 B200.
Sure, the Slayer statute.
The Slayer statute, which says it has to be a convicted killer. Mr. Jones wanted a 10-part series. That 10-part series,
what?
I would imagine one of the episodes in that 10-part
Jones
series
is whack 100.
The Shakur slaying, but there's many other things. and interesting life events.
SpadeRipper.com.
So, do you see the distinction, Your Honor? The life story and just discussion in regards to Tupac Shakur.
I mean, I've read so many things. I don't know if they're true necessarily, but
Look, she lost in the sauce.
Your end goal here is to make some sort of show on the prep for this trial, according to news articles that have been sent to me.
Like again, you read so many things about it. That's not
See,
my
the judge can't even keep
That's
up.
not my end goal here.
Judge can't even keep up.
If they want to follow me with cameras, they can do that. Are we going to benefit by that? I promise you, as an officer of the court, we have not signed a contract, nor have we been given any financial incentive to do something like that, Your Honor.
Okay, this case isn't going to be your legacy.
Hey, everybody, I just want to take a quick second to thank Upside for sponsoring this episode of Sidebar. So Upside is
that shit is ugly. That man there gonna have his day, and he gonna have success. Keefe D, if he go down, he definitely not going alone. You see what I'm saying?
Danger to the public.
The reason still remains true. Defendant's statement to his wife that Mr. Jones
firing up op pack. Let me roll
really
up.
Has to consider the also as we provided exhibits. It wasn't just some spontaneous lie that he told his wife, as was proffered to this court at the last source hearing. Instead, these schemes, these plans, these attempts to deceive the court have been going on for months and months, laid out on jail calls over and over. Hey, we're going to use this person as a front. We'll use that person as a front. This person doesn't want to testify, so we've got to get somebody that will testify. And the sample I gave to the court is just that, a mere sample, mere sprinkling of the scheme
hold on,
by Mr. Davis in order to deceive.
Hold on, man. You can't be, y'all can't use, they using against him being on the phone getting his shit together. Keefe D trying to find motherfuckers who gonna come. All right, well, this nigga ain't gonna come to court. The next nigga gonna come to court and vouch for me. How you gonna be mad at him for finding somebody who gonna vouch for him in court?
Deceive this court as to where the source of the funds come from. And so, you know,
they got their motherfucking nerve, don't he? His peanut head ass.
Any credibility whatsoever.
Convertible top head ass.
That we've heard. Your Honor, I would go so far as to say that he perjured himself. And the reason why is
look at that peanut head.
Of Mr. Jones's positions. The letter he offered this court is, this is a gift. And I've known Mr. Davis for a long time. We're good friends for a long time. Then his testimony evolved. It started with when Mr. Arnold asked him, are you receiving any benefit? No, I'm not receiving any benefit.
He trying to.
Then it goes, when I asked him, what was your contract? It evolves to, well, there's no contract yet. Then when Mr. Arnold asks him about, well, on the jail call, we did hear about a contract. Can you tell us about that?
Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe.
Incredible story about what they're actually discussing has nothing to do with the murder of Mr. Shakur, but it's about a car that Mr. Davis once held, and he needs to get the title cleared. So that's what he's talking about, signing. So, and then this court try to clarify what Mr. Jones was saying. And Your Honor, you tell me if you got anything from Mr. Jones's response, because I sure as heck couldn't figure it out. In fact, it's the reason why we asked for the transcript is because, well, maybe I'm not understanding and something meaningful was said. No, it was just nonsensical rambling. And so that's just what happens in court under oath. Now we take the extra court, outside of court statements. We have a jail call that refers to a contract. We have a YouTube interview where he talks about simulations. We have a Clubhouse interview or a Clubhouse social media post where he talks about, hey, I just received this contract, and as a result.
You see how all that clubhousing and all of that other shit. Now y'all see, y'all got to pay attention, stay woke. All that shit pop up in court. All that shit is not court proof. You see, whack 100, get you on there, get you to talking about your bodies and shit, and then next thing you know, shit could be federal. I mean, and no disrespect to Whack 100. I ain't saying it's him doing it. I'm saying you're doing it to yourself. Y'all don't think that motherfucking shit is the Fed phone? They listening to all that shit. They listening to us right now. Ain't no talking that they ain't listening to, nigga. Shit, the Wi-Fi box is listening. Come on, man, stay woke. Don't make me turn into Hawk School and start teaching y'all. Don't make me get conscious. Don't make it a conscious stream.
Result of this contract, I'm going to be bailing
I gotta know some shit.
Jones out, or Mr. Davis out, and then
just gotta know.
After the hearing, he does another YouTube interview
without being told.
Tacitly admits, yeah. So what if I got this from somebody else? What if I told somebody, hey man, I need $112,500 in order to make something happen, and you'll get it back if I can get that money back.
Live from St. Louis, Missouri, where y'all broadcasting from. Comment
after this court hearing. And Your Honor, whether or not, and I'll address whether or not the legality of the court's requirements, but whether or not Mr. Davis or Mr. Jones agrees with the court's position.
And I got the paperwork. I got the paperwork that dropped today. If y'all ain't seen it, man, if somebody want me to put the paperwork up on the screen and you want me to read the paperwork, comment. Y'all got to comment. Let me know, man. Comment. Let me know, man. If y'all want me to put the paperwork up on the screen that dropped on P. Diddy today. If y'all ain't already seen it, I just need a card. Just let me know.
How to, one, lie, attempt to deceive the court, or two, scheme on jail calls to circumvent this court's rulings. So I don't know what Mr. Jones could tell you that would give this court anything, prima facie, preponderance, anything, to believe that this is from a legitimate source, given Mr. Jones's observable willingness.
He tried to nail him to the cross, ain't he, y'all?
In order to get his deal done.
Peanut head ain't playing.
Mr. Jones has no credibility. Mr. Davis has no credibility when it comes to this, except though I do appreciate Mr. Arnold admitting, conceding that Mr. Davis is a notorious gang leader, that he was the godfather of Compton. I appreciate those admissions, but if anything, I think that should go to the later argument that Mr. Giacomo is going to present, that maybe this court ought to reconsider its positions, given these concessions today. Mr. Arnold's position has always been you can't trust Mr. Davis because he's not telling the truth. Well, apparently he is telling the truth about being a godfather of Compton, and he is telling the truth about
y'all see how they trying to hang him? They tweaking.
The source of the funds, at least for Mr. Jones, is just not credible. He is not a credible source. Anything that comes through him is not credible, is not reliable. And Your Honor, I would argue that a person
I don't like this cat, boy.
Availing himself of funds from the proceeds
I can't even lie though. I like Keefe D lawyer better.
Is in fact putting the public in danger. After all, when we were here in January,
I like Keefe D lawyer better. I can't even ski it. He got more poise.
Making this argument, one thing the state told the court and reminded the court was that the FBI literally had to move a witness based on credible threats from the defendant. Now we're going to infuse him with more funds from proceeds from killing Mr. Shakur. How does that keep the community safe?
Nah, that don't make sense.
It does not conform with
this is real player hater shit he's saying right here, y'all. This is some certified player hater shit that he's saying.
The prosecution also mentioned that it just received boxes of evidence related to the murder of Christopher Wallace, better known as the notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls. Wallace, as you might remember, was shot to death in Los Angeles just 6 months after Tupac was killed. And that...
Hold the fuck on, gang. I gotta run that back because I gotta make sure I heard what the fuck I thought I heard, because that was deep. So hold on, y'all. I gotta
death in Los Angeles just 6 months.
I gotta see if I heard what I thought.
Or Biggie Smalls. Wallace, as you might remember, was murder of Christopher.
Now, what about the murder of Biggie, y'all?
Certainly does not.
What they say about the murder of Biggie?
Finding that a detention order was necessary to protect the community.
The prosecution also mentioned that it just received boxes of evidence related to the murder of Christopher Wallace.
What?
The notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls. Wallace, as you might remember, was shot to death in Los Angeles just 6 months after Tupac was killed. And that brings us now to talk about former LAPD detective Greg Keefe, who wrote a book about the Tupac and Biggie murders back in 2011. He seemed to have all these investigative records at his home, but he says he turned over all the case files to Las Vegas PD this year after Davis was indicted, but he wanted to clarify that none of this material was obtained or kept by him illegally. Kading, in fact, told the court, quote, "I don't lose sleep over the fact that a confessed murderer is at odds with me for sharing information about his involvement in a murder." He goes on to say, "None of what he said reveals new information. It's well known. It was based on investigative resources from when I was at the LAPD." Mr. Davis, though, disagrees because as this hearing was wrapping up, he, the defendant himself, stood up and spoke to the judge.
Can I say 30 more days and then make that
We'll do a 30-day
determination?
status check then on trial readiness.
Damn, they trying to.
It'll be August 20th. I think we're done.
I got something to say.
You want to say?
He might not go down. He might not go down. He ain't going down by himself. If they make it stick, if he beat this nigga's a super gangster.
The boxers should not be allowed in the cases.
Gonna talk about it.
Yeah, the boxers should not be allowed. The tainted evidence, everything. The man, he broke a proffer agreement, and he broke the law, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I hear him right.
He's been at his house for 15 years, and he do interviews, going in the boxes.
Pay attention.
You can see it on any internet site that this man been going in the boxes for years, and he's and a judge, federal judge in LA.
He gonna fuck around, beat this shit,
y'all. Thing about him. Look it up on the internet.
So I think what the state said ultimately is that they don't think there's going to be anything in those boxes that they're going to use.
You just use something in the boxes. They just use something in the boxes. From 1996.
You gonna fuck around and beat it.
Yeah, no, certainly we are.
They're not only ugly on the outside, but they ugly on the inside. They crashed in my family.
Damn, Keefe D.
They did my daughter first. They did my son. Then they just did my wife the last thing. What's the name? Talking about these. David Westbrook talking about these dudes. He said they're not only ugly on the outside, but they ugly on the inside too. These two dudes right here.
See?
All right.
See?
At this point, there's nothing before me to exclude any sort of evidence. There's been no motion filed about the proffer. I don't know if Mr. Arnold plans on challenging that.
Man, they playing hardball with him too, y'all.
So we'll see you guys back on that 30-day date.
That was August 20th at 9 a.m.
At that time, we need to know if we're going to go on the 3rd.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Davis mentioned a proffer there.
Damn.
In fact, Davis had said this in his memoir that
they playing
he was given
hardball with
a
him, y'all.
proffer agreement in which he would tell police what he knew about Tupac and Biggie's killings in exchange for a lighter sentence on drug charges. In other words, what he says can't be used against him. But prosecutors have said it's not clear yet what information from that proffer would actually be admissible.
See what I'm saying? So everything they got ain't necessarily gonna be everything they can use against the nigga. You see what I'm saying? A lot of shit, because you gotta understand all the Tupac documentaries and shit, and all of the Vlad. See, because that shit work both ways. That's what you gotta do to know. That's what you gotta think about. Think about it. The same way the Vlad TV interviews and shit working against Keefe D. It's gonna work against them police officers and feds and shit too, because they cloud chased a little bit too. They did their own documentaries and motherfuckers that wrote their own books, and they done did their own interviews. They done took 2,500 from Vlad TV to come sit down and get a game away and get a personal opinion and what they really thought about a motherfucker behind the scene. So they finna try to reach back to some throwback evidence off of a motherfucker who can be proven to be tainted. You see what I'm saying? So they powering up to get a lot of this shit thrown out. So shit, it's really 50-50. It's really 50-50 for Keefe D. But one thing for sure, man, 50, as old as Keefe D is, this man got these health problems and all this shit, gang. He is not going to waste no time letting them know that this motherfucker P. Diddy was the motherfucker who initiated the hit.
During his trial, Judge Kearney said that there were, quote, excellent arguments on both sides, and that she would issue a decision on the bail reconsideration in the next few days. That's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on Apple.
Keefe D got a chance, yo. Keefe D got a chance, and he definitely gonna take it. He definitely gonna take it to the, the last hair. He gonna make them comb through it. They gonna have to comb through it, yo. And then I want to tap in on this Lil Shawn nigga, because I've been tripping off of this nigga because he been outside doing interviews and shit, and he all on a drink. I say, what the? Why is this nigga on Drinks Champs? This nigga never had hits. Let's just be clear. He might have just been a part of the in crowd, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't really put himself in the mix and in the timeline just by getting on interviews and talking about shit. He seen other motherfuckers getting clout from Tupac's situation, and to be real, he want his clout from the situation too. Nigga ain't gonna admit that, but that's the truth about this nigga. Straight up. Let's see what he's talking about.
A very big situation.
I ain't feeling them.
The night Tupac Shakur got hit up in quad, he was on his way to do a feature.
All this shit gonna tie back. See.
What do you recall about that?
The P. Diddy nigga thought he got away with all this shit, but see, like Mob D said, ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You understand what I'm saying? And that nigga P. Diddy was a halfway crook. And you want me to tell you why he was half? Look, I ain't even gonna rush it. I'm gonna let the slow marinate on this nigga, man. I'm gonna fire some op pack while I tell y'all. Look, you want to know why this nigga was a halfway crook? P. Diddy allegedly, all this shit allegedly on this page, entertainment purposes only. Hey, y'all, this just for content and promo, you hear me? I got new music dropping October 30th, but let's talk about these niggas, you hear me? While I light up some ops. Look, I'm going to tell you why this nigga P. Diddy a halfway crook, yo. This nigga's a halfway crook because he ain't take care of his motherfucking people. If he would have took care of his people, he wouldn't be in this situation. See, he did real dirt. He caught real bodies with real figures, but he didn't keep them close to you. He didn't keep them close to him for life. You understand what I'm saying? Where I'm from, you feel what I'm saying? You do something with somebody, you don't split up from that person. You understand what I'm saying? We in the same room until this shit blow over. You understand what I'm saying? Like, shit, we on the run. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no going home. You ain't no going back to your family. I can't go back to my family. You can't go back to yours neither. We in these trenches, nigga. We sleeping in these vacant houses and these motherfucking cars, nigga. We laying low, so can't nobody find us. You know what I'm saying? Until, you know what I'm saying, the temperature of the situation reach neutral. You understand what I'm saying? P. Diddy ain't from that, so he don't understand all these Lil Shawn niggas and all these Keefe D niggas and these Zip niggas that, you see what I'm saying? He was fucking with niggas, but he halfway fucking with niggas and fucking with niggas, but scared to fuck with niggas, allegedly. So it's not like, yo, I'm keeping my body catchers with me. Like, them the niggas that deserve a room in your mansion. You understand what I'm saying? Because these the niggas that keep your secrets. You see what I'm saying? He's somewhere having freak offs.
You know, okay, so let me go here first, right? Common sense. Have you ever had like a record with a feature on it and stuff like that, like a collab record?
Yeah.
Okay. Up to how many people have been on a record at one time with you? A record of yours?
Record of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 5.
5? And it was your song?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens prior?
You gotta pay attention to all this because he really setting up. See, you gotta be able to read between lines. This is niggaism. This is like genius level ebonics. You understand what I'm saying? This right here, he's speaking. This is high level, college level ebonics that he's speaking right here. You gotta be able to read between lines because he's showing you like check how he's setting it up. He really trying to tell you he don't fuck with Tupac. And he really trying to tell you that. Check it out.
To the collaboration, like is there camaraderie? Do y'all get together?
See, he didn't have no camaraderie with Pac. He didn't ever get together with Pac. He just linking with Pac. So it's a lineup. See what I'm saying? All my real niggas, it's a lineup because look, he don't fuck with the nigga. He just got the celebrity nigga coming to a certain place at a certain time. You understand what I'm saying? He don't got no love for this nigga, no attachment to this nigga. This nigga's the come up.
Y'all listen to beats. Have y'all hung out? Do y'all smoke weed? Have y'all listened to beats together? Have y'all poly?
He telling you I ain't never done none of this with Tupac.
Usually, yes.
But there's a camaraderie, right?
See, he putting heavy emphasis on the camaraderie. Why is he putting heavy emphasis on the camaraderie? Because he really saying, nigga, this nigga's not my comrade. You see what I'm saying? He didn't fuck with him. He never smoked a blunt with Pac. He saying, nigga, that ain't my homeboy, nigga. Just because he know people that I know. I mean, yeah, my niggas is his niggas, but shit, that don't mean he don't look like food to me just because I know some niggas that know him and they fuck with him. I don't fuck with this nigga. Come on, son. This nigga wasn't jealous of Pac. Come on, man. How you gonna tell? Hey, that's my opinion.
And now when you guys decide to do something, it kind of makes sense, right? Oh, why don't we do something? We're already right? Okay.
See, man, I don't even like how he did.
So
he didn't even talk. Look, see, he talking around it. This nigga.
I wrote the movie.
This high level ebonics,
right? It will come off like, and this is the first time I'm speaking about it. It will come off as if it were a black version of The Departed.
Your movie.
Mm-hmm. Everything,
it sounds
everything
good.
that you've ever heard has been incorrect for 28, 29 years, right?
He taking niggas the long way. Look how niggas in the barbershop looking. Look at how this nigga look how niggas looking. Niggas is like, what? Man, what did you talk about? What did you talk about, son?
Give me 2 of those things. Just 2.
Okay, well,
look,
all right.
See,
so
he freestyling. Right? He trying to tell you without telling.
I wrote the movie. Somebody kind of talked me into doing it because I was fine with not telling my story, right? And
he want the clout. Isn't they clout thirsty? He looked like a Bing monster.
I've never collabed with anybody in my life.
Nigga, professional jail nigga.
The rapper's rapper, right? So with helping Jay, I thought he was incredible, right? So I said, if he gets a
this
push,
nigga helped Jay-Z, rob Tupac. This nigga did everything. He really can rap. Introduced AZ to Nas. This nigga
and I
take credit for a lot of
shit.
A
lot of rappers in the game, right? Before I came out and after I came out.
You ain't right for nobody.
Right.
So when it came to doing a song with anybody, I never smoked weed before. We couldn't have that in common. I wasn't standing on the corner. couldn't have that in common either.
He
I don't
wasn't
know
fucking
nothing
with Pac.
about
This nigga been in jail ever since,
that.
allegedly, I guess. I don't know nothing about this nigga, but look at this Bing
Anything
Monster
gangster,
nigga.
I don't know anything about that on record.
On the record.
On record.
On a record, okay.
On record.
I aspired to be LL Cool J my whole life. That's who I patterned myself after. Right?
Right.
I never said
What the fuck this
two
got to do with
words
you
to
lining
Tupac.
up, Pac? He never said 2 words to Tupac. You heard that?
Nothing. I found out about that session.
See, this nigga, he telling you he didn't fuck with Pac for real. He like, this ain't my man's. I don't know this nigga. That's what he's saying.
That day. So now, let me walk in, and nobody knows that. So I'm just giving you, without giving everything up in the film.
Mm-hmm.
When the camera's off, I'll tell you. But there was no camaraderie. So it's almost like, let's say, if he falls out with Math.
He trying to tell you, listen.
You get it. He might be wrong, but that's your man. So you can't fuck with him no more. And he
telling y'all, man, he telling you plain as fucking day. He really, every scenario that all these hypotheticals, he's setting it up to show you that he don't fuck with Tupac.
To understand that.
He just saying it in the nicest way possible, I guess.
It's out of respect because he has an allegiance to you, right?
Right.
So when that whole rape thing happened, right?
Whoa.
And it's him and Jack. Jack is my elder. I might not agree with everything he's ever done or said, but he's like a big brother to me.
Right.
These the niggas that fucked up.
Let me tell you something.
Whole motherfucking
with me,
life, man.
I was raised to have respect for my elders. So I had to hear that he was at odds with me. I didn't know. Right? I didn't know. And I watched a podcast or a blog or whatever it was.
This nigga here timing is the worst timing.
That was crazy.
Come out in 2024 and want to talk with all the shit Diddy got going on.
And I had to think about why he would say that. Love Jack. Even if I'm not cool with you anymore, I remember I cut it off at the time where we were great. Mm-hmm. And I remember that. I can't talk bad about you to people that don't know you. I know everything about you. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not giving anybody that don't know you that.
I don't like this nigga.
So when they fell out, I can't mess with this guy. I didn't mess with him before. We never.
I don't like this Lil Shawn character, man. He come in, want to give it up. He come in, want to give up the game. I done got tired of watching Buddy. Just off the strength of who he is and the whole tone of his voice and all that, because man, them niggas took Pac from us with all that bull, man. Straight up. We gotta look at this paperwork, y'all. Let's just look at it, man. I hate to even look at it. It make my stomach hurt. It make my stomach hurt just looking at it. This is, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What we gonna do? For decades, Sean Combs, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees' resources and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise with members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in among the crimes: sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Lord have mercy. The defendant operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, and Combs Club. Oh my God! Look, y'all, they got him nailed to the cross. They got him nailed. It's ugly, y'all. At all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. Women and other individuals. I'm scared of that. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. Damn, how your verbal abuse end up in the Fed case? Lord have mercy. Stuff as a part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. The fuck is a male commercial sex worker? What the fuck is a male commercial sex worker? At times, Combs and others acting at his discretion made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs assured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence. Damn, dog. Combs assaulted women, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects, and kicking them. These assaults at times witnessed by others included one instance at Los Angeles Hotel around March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported. So Cassie shit is in here. You hear me? The defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex. Commercial sex is crazy. Commercial sex is wild. Those employees, including security staff, So now pay attention to this, because yeah, Diddy the nigga, but it's a lot of guilty motherfuckers. Employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors, and other close associates, acted as Combs intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business. So shit, motherfuckers, they buffalo pimping and making the moves on his behalf, and it's, you feel me? It's goddamn counting. It's counting, you feel me, toward that check. Goddamn, trying to skim through this shit. Let's see what else we can find. Let's see. Shit. Purple cheese injection the Combs Enterprise. Yeah, they got him. They got the whole team. It ain't just him. This shit say the Combs Enterprise. You see what I'm saying? At all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, was the leader of the Combs Enterprise. See what I'm saying? So they getting him like we got the boss. But shit, just because they got the boss don't mean some soldiers ain't gonna go down. And then shit, when Diddy realized the football fucking jersey he finna have to wear, ain't no telling who he finna drag down. You know, allegedly, all this shit alleged. You hear me? The defendant and others known and unknown participate in unlawful and other activities related to the conduct of the Combs Enterprise affair. These individuals included certain Combs business employees, such as members of Combs security staff, high-post staff, personal assistants, high-ranking supervisors, as well as other close associates. See what I'm saying? The purpose of the Combs Enterprise, including the following: operating a global business in the media entertainment lifestyle, industries, including, among other things, record labels, a recording studio, an apparel line, an alcoholic spirits business, a market agency, a television network, and media company. He doing everything, and Buffalo pimping some hoes. You hear me? Fulfilling the personal desires of Combs, particularly those related to Combs' sexual gratification, including through the exploitation of women and the use of commercial sex workers. Lord have mercy. This shit is ugly, y'all. Among the means and methods by which Shawn Combs, the defendant, and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise conducted and participated in the conduct of affairs of the Combs enterprise included the following. Ooh. Wielded the power and prestige of Combs' role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victims in the Combs orbit, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship. Combs then used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sex acts for male commercial sex workers. That Combs referred to, among other things, as freak-offs. Freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. And arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, to transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across state lines and internationally. Man, this shit disgusting, man. This shit is disgusting. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, other Combs business employees, facilitate the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. Cleaning the hotel rooms after the freak-offs are tried to mitigate room damage. Arranging for travel for victims, commercial sex workers, and Combs to and from freak-offs. Resupplying Combs with requested supplies. Delivering large sums of cash to Combs to pay the commercial sex workers. And scheduling the delivery of IV fluids. Man, these niggas is going, hey, bro, this shit is crazy, gang. Fucking IV fluids is crazy. Hey, bro. What does shit say? In about March 24, yeah, when they hit the house, residents in Miami, Florida, law enforcement seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics, among 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. What the fuck? Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause the victims to engage in freak-offs. He cussing bitches out. Bitch, get in there. He talking to him like Uncle Luke. Pop that pussy doo-doo brown, bitch. Combs maintained control over his victims through, among other things, physical violence, promises of career opportunity, granting and threatening to withhold financial support, and other coercive means, including tracking their whereabouts, dictating the victim's appearance, monitoring their medical records, controlling their housing, and supplying them with controlled substances. Hey, a Buffalo pimp. He a Buffalo pimp. He go up there with some of the biggest Buffalo pimps in history. Check this out. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise, including Combs security personnel, at times carried firearms. On more than one occasion, Combs himself carried and brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his abuse. 2024 March, doing searches on residents in Miami, Florida. In Los Angeles, law enforcement seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with the face serial numbers, as well as a drum. See, that shit right there, them is certified nigga charges right there. You got 3 yops with the serial scratched in Los Angeles. What they say on train, they Pelican Bay, nigga. Type shit. Nigga, you looking at Pelican Bay, nigga. You got brick baby charge. The fuck, nigga? How you got 3 goddamn me ARs in LA with the serial scratch gang? That's disgusting work. I wouldn't wish this on no man. I don't, hey, it's fucked up. This shit for entertainment purposes only, you hear me? Allegedly. Let's see what they talking about with these motherfucking straps. Members and associates of the Cone Enterprise enable Cone's control over victims by following his directions regarding financial payments to victims. Advancing or suppressing the victim's career opportunities. Yeah. And acquiring the control substance codes used to keep the victims compliant. Right. Bitches need that dope. Keep them high. Keep them happy. Members and associates at times witness Cone's violence toward the victims or the victims' injuries caused by Cone's without intervening. Of course not. Instead, members and associates help conceal the violence and abuse by, among other things, assisting Combs in monitoring and prevent victims from leaving locations, such as hotels and Combs' registry. See, this ain't just about him, man. They made it about him, but a lot of people got a lot to be worried about. Man, in addition, on multiple occasions, Combs threw both objects at people as well hit, dragged, and choked and shoved others. Damn, man. They ain't hanging my dude. Yeah, this shit go on and on. Yeah, they start hitting you with the laws, multiple acts, indictable under Title 18. Yeah, United States Code, Section 15. Yeah, this that talk. That's that talk to get your life fucked up right there. Notice of special sentencing factoring from at least in about 2009 up to and including about 18. Southern District of New York and elsewhere as part of the agreement to conduct and participate in the conduct of affairs of the Combs Enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Hold on. Let's run that back. That was deep. From at least in or about 09 up to including in or about 18. So from 2009 to 2018, what happened in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere as part of his agreement to conduct and participate in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs Enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity. Sean Combs, the defendant, agreed to in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruit, entice, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, advertise, maintain, patronize, and solicit by any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion as described in Title 18, United States Code, Section 1591, and any combination of such means will be used to cause the person to engage in a commercial sex act in violation of title. I don't know what the fuck they trying to say, y'all. Somebody break that shit down for me. One of y'all super jail paperwork niggas. scientists at this shit. Man, what the fuck you got going on? Forfeiture allegations. As a result of committing the offense alleged in count 1 of this indictment, John Combs, the defendant, shall forfeit to the United States any and all interest the defendant acquired or maintained in violation of the title. They finna take the record company. They finna take Sean John and shit, y'all. Fuck! They finna take some shit, y'all. Any and all property, real and personal, constituting or derived from proceeds obtained directly or indirectly as a result of said offense, and any and all property, real or personal, that was used or intended to be used to commit or facilitate the commission of said offense. They saying everything they can to make sure they take everything you got. If any of the above described forfeitable property as a result of any act or omission of the defendant cannot be located upon the exercise of due diligence, has been transferred or sold to or deposited with a third person, has been placed beyond the jurisdiction of the court, has been substantially diminished in value, or has been commingled with other property which cannot be subdivided without difficulty. Man, they saying everything. They finna take some shit, y'all. It's going down. It's all bad. The paperwork ugly. The paperwork ugly. The paperwork ugly. Keefe D. His whole timeline coming down. Lil Shawn coming out the trenches. All of a sudden, he wanted to talk about Quiet Studio, who he was cool with, who he wasn't cool with. Shit about to get disgusting, yo. For real, yo. Damn, P. Diddy. Paperwork crazy, son. This nigga done freaked off his way all the way to a Fed case, man. I hate to even hear that shit. You hear me? Just paid would have to pay it in the middle, though.
You ain't got no hands. Oh, facts. I come through like a big dog. Facts. My OG saw me pimp talk. Facts. My op was talking big talk. Facts. Now his forehead got a big hole. It's a fact you ain't got no hands. Oh, facts. I come through like a big dog. Facts. My OG, my op was talking big talk. Facts. Now his forehead got a big hole.
RayRipper.com, you heard?
So check it out. I met Prodigy in like the year 2000 at the Impact convention, right? So see, before the internet and shit was popular, the thing shit they used to have those little hip hop conventions and shit, and all the DJs and shit come, you know, the seminars and all that shit, you know, little weekend type shit. Short story short, man, yo. So it's the year like 2000 or some shit, and I went to the Impact convention in Orlando, Florida, and shit. I ran into a lot of people, but specifically I want to talk about Prodigy today because he's one of those rappers that I looked up to, and I grew up listening to him, and you know, he's influential to the game, and now he's gone. I feel like it's a whole like chapter of hip hop and music, like a whole vibe and a whole style and a whole energy left with Prodigy when he left. Is the way I feel, you know. So I was just thinking about, you know, with him being gone, you know, I'm sure it's people that want to meet him just the same way where, you know, I would like to meet Tupac or Biggie and, you know, Nipsey Hussle and, you know, people like that before they left. You know, I'm thankful that I got to meet Prodigy, but yeah, it was mad years ago. It was like the year 2000, Impact Convention in Orlando, Florida. So, you know, all of the industry, all the rappers, you know, mainstream and underground would, you know, convene upon, you know, like a hotel or like a resort or something for 3 or 4 days, you know. So, you know, I'm out there for the Impact Convention, and you know, it was a lot of everybody was out there putting on for them. But yo, I seen Prodigy. I met Prodigy out there. Yo, first of all, you know, it was mad deep out there, and the first thing I remember is, you know, just seeing that crowd split like the fucking Red Sea.
SpadeRipper.com. You can't spell Spade without the paid in the middle. SpadeRipper.com. Slide by my website, you heard, and check out some of my music, yo. Hit up this channel, like and subscribe. Watch some of my other blogs and shit. I got a lot of shit going on. You hear me?
You ain't got no hands. Oh, facts. I come through like a big dog. Facts. My OG saw me pimp talk. Facts. My op was talking big talk. Facts. Now his forehead got a big hole.
Yo, so check it out. I met Prodigy in like the year 2000 at the Impact Convention, right? So see, before the internet and shit was popular, the thing and shit, they used to have those little hip hop conventions and shit.
You know what I'm saying? He went the comedy route. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is from St. Louis, but you know what I'm saying? Go back and look at his and you know who Skills is?
Yeah, I know Mad Skills.
I battled Skills at the Impact Convention when I was like dub years old, bro. Now, he spanked me. I ain't even saying, oh, it's Mad Skills we talking about, but he taught me something that day as an MC. Like he matured me as a writer, as a rapper, and everything because we got it in. But it was that day he battled like 40 niggas in a row, bro.
Damn.
Skills off the top of his head. I bullshit. If I wasn't there, I probably wouldn't believe the story neither, bro. But this nigga battled like 40 niggas in a row and laid all 40 down. He was just unstopped. He had the glow that day. He had the glow. And I'm just saying I was one of the 40. I ain't even gonna he taught me some shit that day because at that point in time, you know, I was big into my wordplay, so I came out mad complex, and he was coming off top of the head, and he sat back and
observed.
He went the comedy route.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? He went the comedy route, like, you know what I'm saying? This nigga from St. Louis, where the fuck is that? But you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he went, but you know, like this was the year 2000, so you know I had never battled nobody of his caliber. You know, he was already one of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm just ambitious. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.